Husband 30 male admits I 28 female am ugly. Objectively speaking, I am a quite ugly woman. The fact that I've always been this way, and while I've become used to it, the fact is that being an ugly woman smells on a daily basis. When my husband and I met 4 years ago, I realized that he was the finest thing that could have happened to me. When he has told me that I am beautiful, he has always sounded sincere and genuine, rather than like my mother. Like someone who does not have a choice but to reply and such. A group of his buddies came over to our home last night. Saturday. They get together many times each month to relax, get up with each other's lives, and play games with one another. He's known the bulk of these gentlemen since they were in high school with him. It wasn't intentional, but I was upstairs in the kitchen cooking beverages and snacks when I heard them in the basement and began listening, which I realized was an unpleasant experience, but it wasn't intentional. I realized they were referring to me since a couple of the males were making fun of my husband's looks and making fun of me. I could tell it was supposed to be entertaining since the tone was light. It turned out that this was not the case. When one of them referred to me as a troll, my husband exploded in anger and started shouting at the person. "You cretins! I understand that my name is unpleasant, but please keep your mouth shut. She is a source of happiness for me. It sounds like it's something your bimbo of the week does, Jim. Dave, how long has it been since we've gone out together without you bringing up your wife's infidelity? Please note that these are not real names." He went on and on about defending me for a long time. But all I could hear in my head was the phrase "I know she's ugly, I know she's ugly, I know she's ugly," repeated over and over again until it became monotonous. I'm not sure what happened to make me cry. I've always been aware that I'm unattractive, but he isn't. He tells me I'm beautiful on a frequent basis, and with such sincerity that I started to believe him. I burst into tears and dashed into the shower to hide so that no one could see me. After returning an hour later, I saw that everyone had left for home considerably earlier than normal. I went to bed and haven't spoken to him since, but I feel I've avoided letting him know I'm upset or avoiding him by not communicating with him. I understand that everything he said was sincere and pleasant, and that I should be delighted that he prefers me to my physical appearance, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. I merely want to seem well-groomed. Oh my God, I'm such a jerk. I've been weeping for the better part of the day. What do you recommend I tell him? I have conflicting emotions about this situation. Half of me wants to call him out on it, scream, rage, and cry, while the other half just wants to run away and never have to talk to him again, acknowledging that even the most attractive person I'll ever meet would think me unattractive. Story 2. If you're gonna cheat, please don't be an idiot about it. Individuals are being apprehended for a variety of stupid and foolish reasons all over this website, it seems. For those of you who want to have your cake and eat it, I have some suggestions for you. It is not an easy task. If you're not willing to put out the necessary effort, don't cheat in the first place. Use Chrome's incognito mode to protect your identity. Encrypted and private conversation alternatives should be available on your chat platforms. Turn off any type of location monitoring on your phone, or better yet, go where you say you're going but don't be specific about what you're doing while you're there. Keep photographs of your guy off your phone for the love of heaven. You should construct a password-protected Tumblr account that you only visit when you are using Chrome Incognito if you actually want to save pictures/share nudes with your lover. Tumblr does need the usage of an email address in order to function. If you wish to utilize Tumblr as a secret sharing site, you should use a temporary email address or make sure that it does not send you any email notifications. Make sure that the chat service that you and your partner use does not send you notifications. This is especially important if you're going to be checking your phone for text messages from your lover while you're with your so. Maintain some self-control and refrain from being too attached to your phone or other electronic device. Examine your personal phone on a frequent basis and delete anything that seems to be suspicious. Don't go on with explicit conversations for as long as you'd want. For nostalgic reasons, you may want to keep debates alive by storing screenshots on a password-protected website or just copying and pasting information from the discussions. You may jot down conversations word for your own personal records if you're worried about screenshots and have a lot of spare time when your so isn't looking. Then you can delete the chat session. While you're taking a shower, Feel free to leave your phone in the next room, right next to your significant other. Consider their thought process and which places of your phone they will examine at first if they become suspicious of your whereabouts. Examine your own phone as though you're seeking for evidence to support your claim. This holds true for a variety of other devices as well. In order to keep your secrets safe, create a plethora of unidentified folders or store them to a password-protected internet location that you can only access via Chrome incognito mode, then remove any suspicious information. Taking use of your buddy groups will allow you to create environments in which you and your sweetie can spend quality time together. Imagine a situation in which you would be able to covertly see your sweetheart while you are aware that your so will be absent. Always have a credible story ready to tell your significant other when you get home. Even better, plan a group activity with your friends to take place before your alone time with your sweetie. This way, you may simply alert your so about the group activity. Make use of the drug-abusing inclination of your friend group to your advantage. Will you be spending the night with your significant other till the wee hours of the morning or later? Inform your significant other that you need to be sober before driving. If you live with your significant other, I do not recommend attempting to fabricate a situation in which you accidentally stayed the night. Always come home to your so at the end of the day. It's your responsibility to explain any markings left by your lover to your significant other. You should take the necessary efforts to prevent smelling like someone else when you arrive home. Before you leave your lover's place, wash your stinking parts with soap and water, but avoid taking a full shower unless you want to completely redo your hair, makeup, and so on. It goes without saying that the more time you spend getting ready, the more time you will have to spend explaining yourself to your so, and the less time you will get to spend with your beloved. It's important for women to continue wearing their favorite perfumes. Deodorant, body spray, and perfume are all the same. It's best not to bring goods home with you if you live with your significant other, even if your boyfriend wants to offer you anything, since you'll have to explain where you got them. The most important thing to remember is to be loving toward your so. If you are unable to complete the task, they will immediately suspect that something is amiss. If you are interested in someone else, make an effort to spend quality time with your significant other. So, despite the fact that you want to maintain your primary connection, you must maintain the appearance that your so is still your one and only. Finally, don't tell anybody in your personal life that you're cheating unless you're quite convinced that they won't tell your significant other. I guarantee that no one who finds out about your actions will be supportive of them. Thus, it is preferable to keep it between you and your lover. If you are the kind of person who is likely to feel awful about their actions, avoid cheating in the first instance. If you are unable to keep the appearance that you are going about your business as normal, your so will most likely detect a change in your behavior and confront you about it. Before you cheat, think about if the risk is greater than the benefit.